All right, so if you're a creator on YouTube, listen up. The way people find your videos is changing in a massive way. We are moving way beyond just regular old search and into a world that is totally driven by AI. And today, we're going to break down the new rules of the game for getting your stuff seen.
So let me just ask you, straight up, is your YouTube content invisible? Now, you might be getting views, from your subscribers. Maybe you're even ranking in YouTube search, but you could be completely hidden from the fastest growing discovery tool on the entire planet.
And this isn't some small niche problem. A recent analysis looked at over 1,200 prompts on platforms like ChatGPT and Google Gemini, and what they found was pretty wild. A staggering 62% of brands never, ever show up in AI-generated answers. It's like, in the eyes of AI, they just don't even exist.
And here's the kicker. When your content isn't cited by an AI, that space doesn't just stay empty. Oh no, your competitors get cited instead. They swoop in and capture 65% of those mentions. So it's not just an opportunity you're missing, it's a direct win for them.
This brings us to what we can really only call the invisibility crisis. See, the old rules of YouTube SEO, keywords, tags, fancy thumbnails, they're just not cutting it anymore. The game has totally, fundamentally changed.
Let's just break down the difference, because it's huge. Traditional search, right? It gives you a list of blue links, you click, you watch, you decide if it's any good. But AI search, completely different. It gobbles up information from tons of sources and gives a direct, summarized answer, often citing its sources right there in the text. Your video stops being just a link and becomes a trusted reference, an authority.
And the gap between where we are and where we need to be is enormous. That same analysis found the average brand visibility score in these AI systems is a dismal 27 out of 100. So why is it so bad? Well, because most content is still built for the old rules, for humans clicking through links, not for how machines actually read. So how do we fix it?
Okay, first, we need to get one core concept drilled into our heads. AI doesn't watch your videos. It has no eyes. It couldn't care less about your cool editing or your slick graphics. AI reads your video. It consumes text and only text.
And where does it go looking for that text? Well, the data is crystal clear. Across all the major AI platforms, YouTube and Reddit get cited way more often than official brand websites. These are the places that AI goes to find what it considers trusted conversational information.
So why those two platforms? Well, because AI is trained to value what looks like a real, authentic discussion. It sees YouTube videos as independent explanations and Reddit threads as genuine user conversations. To an algorithm, that just feels more trustworthy than, some marketing copy on a company blog. So when an AI reads your YouTube video, it's really just scanning a hierarchy of text signals. Think of it like a checklist. It starts with your title, then it moves to the description, it checks your tags, and most importantly, it extracts and analyzes your video's transcript. This is the AI's reading list.
Okay, enough about the problem. Now that we understand how AI thinks, let's get into the solution. This is the playbook. This is how you get your content seen and cited in the age of AI.
We really need a new name for this whole practice: generative engine optimization, or GEO for short. And this isn't about tricking an algorithm, not at all. It's about structuring your content so that these AI systems can clearly read it, understand it, and then confidently recommend it as a source.
Everything starts with the title. This is the very first and maybe the most important signal you send out. You've got to stop writing clever, clickbaity titles and start writing titles that sound like the actual questions a real person would type into an AI. You're lining up with what the user wants from the very first word.
So what does that actually look like? Well, instead of a title like My Awesome New Method, you'd use something like How to Get Your Videos Cited by ChatGPT. See, it's direct, it's clear, and it perfectly matches a question someone would ask. This helps both people and the AI figure out what your video is about instantly.
All right, next up is your description. This is your chance to provide some really rich natural language context. You should think of it like a mini article that gives the AI all the background information it needs to understand the meaning behind your words, not just the keywords themselves.
But the real key, the absolute game changer, is the transcript. What you actually say in your video is the most important source of text for an AI. I mean, if your transcript has a clear, clean sentence that directly answers a user's question, the AI can literally just lift that sentence and quote you directly.
It's that powerful.
So let's put it all together into a simple 5-step framework. 1. Answer questions clearly and do it right at the beginning of your video. 2. Use timestamps to break your content into logical chapters. 3. Repeat your key definitions. 4. Embed your video in a blog post to give it even more text-based context. And 5. Encourage people to mention your video on other platforms.
Now, doing all of this isn't just about playing defense to avoid being invisible. It's actually a massive opportunity. It's a chance to become an authority in the eyes of AI. And that brings some pretty incredible benefits.
Just think about it. When someone asks an AI a question and your video is cited as the source, that is a powerful, powerful endorsement. That viewer shows up on your page with a super high level of trust and intent. They're not just browsing around, they are actively looking for a solution. And the AI just told them that you have the answer. That traffic is pre-qualified.
And this is really the ultimate goal here. When your title, your description, your transcript, and any mentions on other sites are all lined up and saying the same thing, you're doing something really profound. You're transforming your video from just a piece of media into a block of structured knowledge that an AI can actually understand and rely on.
So I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. Is your content just built for human viewers, or is it also ready for the robots? Because in the world we live in now, you absolutely, 100%, need to be ready for both.